Second Fix nail guns, what are they and why would you use one? You might be asking yourself, Josh, what does second fix mean, right? I don't understand that. In the construction industry, second fix refers to things like towards the end of the project. So putting on your architraves, putting on your skirting, those sorts of trim work is that what a 16 gauge second fix nail gun would be used for. You can buy these that run electric. I run pneumatic. I have a small compressor I take out on site with me, and then obviously I have a big compressor in the workshop. Pneumatic nailers tend to be cheaper than battery powered and more reliable because there's less to go wrong with them. You might be saying to yourself, okay Josh, second fix, where's the first fix? The first fix would be one of these, right? Quite a bit different in the terms of use that you're going to be using it for. This is more trim work, finishing work. This is more construction, nailing bits of 2x4 together. As you can see here, this is what a finishing nailer, or a 16 gauge nailer I should say, uses. And then this is the equivalent in size that's fired out the first fix. So these are 3.2 and these are 16 gauge, surprisingly. Obviously, very different jobs. Pop these down. So as I said before, this is going to be for nailing your bits of skirting on, your architrave that goes around the doors, what you might refer to as baseboards, crown molding and stuff in the States. The small nail heads and the pin nail on the end of here leaves tiny little holes, which means that you only just have to put a little bit of filler in them, give it a quick sand and get going. And to be fair, depending on what you're working on, sometimes you can get away with just leaving it slightly below the surface and just putting a paint coat on. The other beautiful thing with these is you can start to decide whether you're going to drive it all the way into the wood and leave yourself like a millimetre down, or you can sit it a little bit prouder. There's a little knob on here that you can move backwards and forwards to decide how deep it's going to go into the material. It's always worth noting, depending on the material you use, this is going to change. Obviously, you're using lots harder material, you're going to need to make it drive deeper into the timber to get the same level as you would do if you were going softer. If you use the same level, it's going to drive it right down. You can use these for securing door and window casings. I tend to use a 16 gauge by 38 mil. That sort of will cover 90% of the work that I need to do. You can go bigger. This nailer in particular will go from 25 mil up to 64 mil. So a fair whack really for what you need. These also work great for cabinet work when you don't want to use screws. You can use the glue and then pop one of these in there and it will give you a nice strong finish. So if we're going to use this, when are we going to use it? We're going to look at using it on like door trim, window trim, baseboards, crown. So when are we going to use it, right? What we're not going to do is we're not going to use it for things like framing, real heavy duty carcassing, construction type work. That's what we use the big boy for. I wouldn't necessarily use this outdoor for things like fencing. Due to the size of the head, I would use a coil nailer for that. I'll show you that in another video. But it works great for things like tongue and groove cladding when you need to do a blind nail into the tongue. As always with any nail gun, eye pro is paramount. You must make sure you wear eye protection. I have seen no end of nails fly out. I've seen them hit things inside and curve round and curl round and hoik back out of the person that's using them. I've had things like that happen to me. I've even been holding stuff before and I've gone to nail something and the nail skewed out, come round and nailed my thumb to the bit of timber. So always use eye protection, always use safety kit. This being a brad nailer, super easy to use. All we do is we just pull that section back, take a strip of nails, drop them in, and another one, and then hit the button. Boom, and we're ready to pop them in. This will do single nail fire, this will also do bump nail fire. Bump nail fire is when we pull the trigger, and every time we pop it down, it fires a nail in. All right, so there you have it. If you think I've missed anything, please let me know in the comments below. You'll have a great day, and thank you very much if you're still here for watching all the way through. You take it easy.